What is going on, guys? And now we're good. Welcome to the only football trivia podcast. Bill, are we doing this? Nice. Yeah, I had it scheduled for an 8:15 kickoff. So here we are, 8:16, right on schedule. Good to have you here with us, Bill. And oh man, I know you guys saw my video yesterday. We ended up getting back to the hotel super late, but hopefully you guys saw the YouTube video that I put out. And let it breathe here for a second, give any other viewers a chance to hop in here. And how have you been, Bill? I actually have some interesting information. So I'm at a hotel and I go inside of the lobby and I see these Dallas Cowboy jerseys on the wall, and it says 17, number 17, number 18, number 19, number 20, number 21, and number 22, and they're all framed. And I'm thinking to myself, is that like Zeke's jersey being framed? What's going on? I get closer to it, and I see that no, it's not Zeke's jersey that's framed. It's the year that the Cowboys stayed in this hotel. Apparently, they do half of their training camp in California. So I'm literally sleeping in the same bed as Zeke and Dak. I'm not quite confident about that, but wouldn't that be something? So I'm super stoked about trivia tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I put a lot of work into these questions, and I hope you guys like them. And Bill saying that's crazy. I know, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. How was yesterday? I know you went out for dinner. Did you get anything good? Oh man, water. All right. So while Bill sets that up, I'm going to get some of the logistics worked out. I won't be with Rick until Monday, which is only in 2 days from now. So I'm playing, what do you call it? I'm playing host and also producer. There it is. Producer today. And Bill said, yeah, nice Italian place in town, eating leftovers now. Oh, Italian leftovers, man. Let me tell you, leftovers with Italian food somehow always taste better than the actual dish. Lasagna, spaghetti, any kind of linguine frutti di mare, if you will. All of it's good warmed up, unless you got seafood added into it. All right. So I got our trivia questions here. Let me see, where is the clock that Rick's like, hit the clock. Don't see the clock, but I probably won't need it either. Oh, you know what? I won't even need it because it's just us today. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, our 5th edition, I believe, of trivia coming at you right now with this question, number 1. And I'll tell you ahead of time, not all the questions are multiple choice. So there are some questions that are going to just not have options. And usually it's because if I gave options, the answer would become obvious. So here we go. Out of these quarterbacks, who had the most passing yards as a rookie? Passing touchdowns, excuse me. Out of these quarterbacks, who had the most passing touchdowns as a rookie? A, Russell Wilson, B, Cam Newton, C, Big Ben, or D, Dan Marino? And answers are still working their way in, and that's fine. No rush. Take your time. Take your time. Take all the time you need. I'm actually going to pull up on my phone right here because I like to give you not just the answer, but the specifics. It's just the way I roll. All right, here we go. All right, Bill saying C. I think he came out firing, but I could be wrong. So Bill saying C. Big Ben Roethlisberger, longtime Pittsburgh Steeler, which we have another Pittsburgh Steeler question coming up in a little bit. And Bill said, just glad I'm actually here for a show. Dude, I can't tell you how happy I am. I feel like as many shows as you miss, every time I do a show, you're here. So at least it feels that way to me. All right, so answers are in. There it says that there's 2 people watching, but we only got 1 answer. If you are the second mystery person watching and you want to answer this question, feel free to do it. You can put your answer in there, remain anonymous. If you are worried, or if you just want to sit back and watch, that's totally okay too. But I'll give it like 10 more seconds and we'll push with the answer. You know what we need when the questions are going? Nah, that's not it. No, too much. That one. And the answer for the quarterback who had the most passing touchdowns as a rookie is A. Russell Wilson. That's right. Russell Wilson. Ginger lurking. Russell Wilson had the most passing touchdowns as a rookie out of these quarterbacks. And I got him right here. So Big Ben actually only had 16 touchdowns his rookie year. Dan Marino came in 3rd place with 20. Cam Newton came in 2nd place with 21. And Russell Wilson had 26 touchdowns. He also led his team to 11 wins and had like 700 yards rushing, maybe 800. So Russell Wilson had a very, very, very good rookie season. All right. Question number dose. Bill saying, wow, I know. That's why I put it in here, though. That's why I put it in here, because I like to put in the questions that are very surprising. The ones that I'm shocked myself. Okay. So we're going to stay on the subject of rookie quarterbacks, okay? And this next one is very similar. But which rookie quarterback had the most passing yards? That's why I mixed it up earlier. So which quarterback had the most passing yards as a rookie? A. Dan Marino. B. Andrew Luck. C. Dak Prescott. Or D. RG3. The great Robert Griffin III out of Baylor. Which rookie quarterback had the most passing yards? I actually threw this question in there for Ginge, but he's going to see that later. Wanted to throw in an Andrew Luck Colt question. I got a guy that is a Cowboys fan, so I threw Dak Prescott in here. All my family back in Miami got their Dan Marino. And RG3, well, he was just on the list. So let's see what we got here. And we're going to do the answer here, so you know what that means. Bill's got his answer in. And we'll give it a second more in case Observer Player 2 wants to jump in. We'll give it some time. You guys come here often? All right, I won't do that. All right, answer time. Bill. Well, I know for sure it wasn't a Giants quarterback. Gosh. Sometimes you got to be the hardest on the people you love the most. All right, so the answer. Which rookie quarterback had the most passing yards? Is Bill's answer said Andrew Luck. And Bill, I don't know if it's Luck, but you're right. Andrew Luck is the answer. Congratulations. You got that one right. And Bill is going to get a point here. And congrats. Let me go ahead and start taking notes here. Got to keep Bill's score. Okay, so I'll send this to Rick since he has the spreadsheet. So Bill, question right, number 2. Because I also want to let him decide how many points things are worth. But the questions that I'm going to ask that aren't multiple choice are going to be worth more points. But for right now, we'll do 1 and 2. And if Rick wants to make it 2 and 4, we'll do 2 and 4. But for making life simple right now, we're going to do 1 and 2. That one worth 1 point. So, Bill, getting off to a good start. He missed the first free throw, but the second one was a swish. All right. Here we go. Question trace. Not multiple choice. Who was the longtime owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Now, if you're a Steeler fan, which we do have a Steeler fan, Liam, I believe. Liam's a Steeler fan. He would probably know this, or at least, if he doesn't, this would be a great opportunity for him to learn. Right. Now, I'll tell you right now, there's a famous rule. And Bill goes, no idea. I know the Giants, Broncos, Colts, Jets, Pats, but that's all. Honestly, that's probably, I don't know much either. I know Colts, Broncos, Jaguars is Sean Khan, because I lived there when he bought the team. I know the Steelers and Patriots, Robert Kraft. That's about it. About 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You and I both know 5. It's just 5 different sides of the Patriots. We got Patriots, Broncos, and Colts. But I don't know the Giants and Jets owner. All right. So, who is the longtime owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Art Rooney. Art Rooney. Now, I don't know if the Rooney Rule, I don't know if it's connected to the coach's name or not. And the Rooney Rule was the rule that came out that said that NFL teams must interview at least one minority candidate for head coaching positions. I'm not sure if Art Rooney, the Rooney Rule, I no idea if there's a connection there, but well, in Washington, because everyone hates Dan Snyder. Yes, of course, Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder. And the Packers owner, of course. Trick question. They don't have one. I know that the Bears owner is a woman that's 101 years old that I believe was the wife of the longtime owner, but I don't know her name. But if Rick was here, he would 100%. All right, here's a fun one that I put on here. Ready? How tall is Cam Newton? Is he A, 6'3", B, 6'4", C, 6'5", or D, 6'6"? Bill said, oh, so that's named after him. Interesting. No. I'm saying I don't know if it's connected. I'm just observing that the Rooney Rule and his last name's Rooney. I could do some digging and find out, but I was just making an observation. I have no idea. And Bill is going to say C. Wild guess. Oh. And we all know Jerry Jones, too. Of course, we just keep adding one at a time. Of course, Jerry Jones. So, C. Bill, if you wouldn't mind, could you type the foot and the inch that you think it is? Because I actually, I forgot what order I said them in. Sorry. Feel like I don't know if you remember this when the podcast first started. This was our new sub song. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Only Football with Kyle and Rick. And we got 6'5", right? And then he says it was named after the chairman of the committee, Dan Rooney, the late owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Found it for you. Oh, okay. Dan Rooney, the late owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh. So was Dan Rooney the son of Art Rooney? It was named after the then chairman, Dan Rooney. Because, I mean, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, so what are the odds that there's two Rooneys from two famous Rooneys that are associated with the Pittsburgh Steelers? I got to believe that they might be father and son or brothers, maybe. Wild coincidence, if not. Wild coincidence. Got to be handed down. I agree. And the answer to how tall is Cam Newton, the answer is actually 6'6". And 6'5" is probably a really safe guess, I think, because it's like he feels like he's taller than 6'3" for sure. 6'4", he seems taller than that. 6'5" seems about right. 6'6" almost seems too tall. But 6'6" is the answer. Cam Newton was a very, very tall quarterback. And actually, I think Cam Newton might be the most successful. How tall is Josh Allen? Josh Allen's 6'5". So yeah, I was gonna say I don't know many 6'6" successful quarterbacks. Let's see here. Six right now. Carson Wentz is 6'5". Did you guys know that? Carson Wentz is 6'5"? He's 6'5". I didn't know that. Art was Dan's father, family business. Okay. Thanks, Casey. So you're the mystery number 2 hanging in here. We thought we had Ginger Lurk in here. Did you guys know that Carson Wentz is 6'5"? I don't know why I always thought he was like 6'3". Nick Foles is 6'6". What is going on? It's like Matt Ryan's 6'4". I would have thought Matt Ryan's 6'6" and Nick Foles is 6'4". This is blowing my mind right now. Nick Foles is 6'6". He definitely doesn't have like that slender, thin body that you see normally from a 6'6" guy. All right. Too deep into the rabbit hole of height of quarterbacks. So let's move on to some necessary trivia. What year did the Super Bowl officially start? This one isn't going to be multiple choice. Worth double points, though. DJ 6'5". I knew Daniel Jones was tall, but he's super skinny. Daniel Jones looks like a skinny 6'5" quarterback. Nick Foles looks like a stocky 6'3", 6'2" guy, and he's 6'6". KC says 1972, which is a solid guess. I won't say if it's right or wrong yet. 1972. Bill saying 1965. Jets was in number 3, and that was in the 60s. Jets was number 3. So Bill is saying 1965. Jets was the 3rd Super Bowl, and that was in the 60s. Well, the answer is 19. It happens to be my favorite number. 1969. 1969 was the first Super Bowl, and that was between the Packers and the Chiefs, and the Packers won. And the rest is history. So very close. 65. You guys were both. KC was 3 years off. Bill was 4 years off. So you guys are really, really close. So give yourselves a pat on the back. You got closer than I probably would have. Moving on, though, let's hit this one. This is going to be a really, really fun one. Hey, we averaged the answer. Look at that. Teamwork makes the dream work. You guys are working together. Nobody said that's not allowed. All right, here we go. Are you ready for this one? This was fun. All right. What Dallas Cowboy had his helmet stolen in the 1994 Super Bowl? Now, I'm sure you're aware that Tom Brady had his jersey stolen in a recent Super Bowl with the Patriots, and it became a huge thing. That was Super Bowl 51, I believe, the one against the Atlanta Falcons. which was the tremendous comeback one, 28-3. And I was actually just watching NFL Network 2 nights ago, and they did an entire documentary on catching the guy. The guy was out of Mexico. Tom Brady had the opportunity to press charges, and he decided, as long as he learned his lesson, I just want the jersey. I don't want this mistake to, get him locked up or screw his life completely up. And he ended up having an opportunity to apologize to Tom Brady. I mean, it was an actual amazing documentary. So I thought that was the first time that something like that has happened, but it wasn't. There was a cowboy that had his helmet stolen in 1994. And Bill answers in. He's saying Aikman. I think that was the right era, which you are right about that era. I'll wait till Casey puts his answer in to say whether the answer is right, but the era is absolutely right. Steve, I want to say Emmett, but but it was definitely a player. Steve just comes in here, doesn't even. Steve's sneaky, man. Steve is sneaky. That means I'm wrong about the answer, lol. I felt like as I was saying that you were going to think that. And I was also going to say that is a great guess, but that's just another way of saying that it's not right. But Casey is with you on that one. He's saying Troy Aikman. And then Steve said, I want to say Emmett, but I feel it was a defensive player. Oh, Steve, what's you got to go with Emmett or a defensive player? I gotta get a surefire answer. It's gotta be a 100% certainty. This is your thinking music. I'll go with Emmett. And the answer to the player that had his helmet stolen in the 1994 Super Bowl is Emmitt Smith. Steve was right. Bill says White Claw run back in 30 seconds. Gotta love the White Claw run. I'll take a grapefruit. So Steve, let me jot Steve down for a point here. Steve, Emmitt Smith. Good job. I actually didn't even know that happened. That was the year I was born. I'm gonna make you guys feel old really quick. All right. Here we go. This is actually an interesting one because this next question is I'm going to give it 10 more seconds. Black Cherry acquired. Nice. Steve said nice. I really wanted to say Haley. Good job, Steve. Good sportsmanship going on. We got Black Cherry, White Claws acquired. We're ready to continue. Question number, what are we at? 5, 6? I'm not sure what number it is, but here it is. In what year was the first female referee ever featured in an NFL game? In what year was the first female referee ever featured in an NFL game? Maybe it was a defensive player that had his jersey stolen. I know Tom Brady was the only one I know of that had his jersey stolen, but maybe, you're saying during the 94 Super Bowl, somebody looted. It wasn't just the helmet that was stolen. Bill says 2019. I feel like it was recent. All right. So Bill's got his answer in. KC with the 2015. Great year. Super Bowl 50. Denver Broncos won that year. Red Hot Chili Peppers did the halftime show. Cam Newton got his career destroyed by Von Miller. Great year. Great year. It's funny, 15 was my favorite number. It was my jersey number. It was always my number. And I always thought that 2015 was going to be a great year. Just always said that my whole life. I was like, oh, 2015 is going to be an amazing year. But I never knew why. And then I just got older and kind of forgot about it because, so many years went by. And then here I am now realizing Denver won in 2015. I was right. 2015 was going to be an amazing year because the Broncos won the Super Bowl. I haven't even connected that until tonight. That is insane. Steve's going to say 2008. KC is going to say 2015. Bill's going 2019. And he says this, I feel like it was recent, which that's what I thought too. And I thought that it was going to be 2019, maybe even 2020, 2018 at the latest. But the answer is actually 2012. It was literally the year that we thought the world was going to come to an end, that we let a woman officiate an NFL game. That's what it came to. We're like, oh, the world's ending anyway. What's the worst that can happen? Throw her out there. I'm just kidding. But that was the year that the world was apparently going to come to an end. They made a movie about it. What was it? The calendar was ending. And drawing a blank. I think it started with an M. I'm losing it. I was going to say Mayan. I think it's Mayan calendar. Mayans, yeah. The Mayans. So the Mayans were wrong. Flag on the play. Now that it's over, I looked it up. KC gets the points. Flag on the play. What's the flag on the play? KC gets points for Sarah Thompson, first full-time female referee. That's not what the question was. It said the first female referee to be featured in an NFL game. Featured, very, very important. Because if you're featured on a song, doesn't make it your song. Sarah Thompson was a full-time referee. And now here it is. Shannon Easton, since we're getting this deep into it, Shannon Easton was hired as a replacement official in 2012. She was reffing because of the lockout that happened, where all the full-time referees protested, and she officiated her first game in August 9th, which was a preseason game between the Packers and the Chargers, and she was a line judge. Casey's like, oh, I misunderstood. Not really, LOL. He's like, oh, featured. I thought you meant the first time a ref had a full-time job. Well played, Casey. Well played. Gotta give you a point for effort there. And where are we? Here we go. All right. You guys are doing great. Who was the 2016 OROTY Offensive Rookie of the Year? 2016. Was it Odell Beckham Jr., Eddie Lacy, Dak Prescott, or Todd Gurley? If you guys play fantasy football, you already know that Todd Gurley was straight monster. Eddie Lacy with Green Bay out of Alabama. Steve, answer is in. KC says half is enough. Bill, OBJ, because Homer. I love it. Consistency. Love the consistency. So we got Gurley, OBJ, and Dak. So we got 3 different answers. What is with the burp? Is it the tacos? All right. So here is why these answers are perfect. OBJ, Eddie Lacy, and Todd Gurley all won Rookie of the Year. So they're all very good answers. But Offensive Rookie of the Year is different than Rookie of the Year. So Dak Prescott is the answer. KC is right. And the reason they were all good is because those other 3 guys won Rookie of the Year. Because there's Defensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and then just Rookie of the Year, period. You could make, Rookie of the Year is much more prestigious than Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Dak Prescott was the winner of Offensive Rookie of the Year when he came into the league. All right. Here's one that I'm not going to say an easy one, but I wanted to throw a couple in here that weren't impossible to answer. How many teams are currently in the NFL? Not multiple choice. And then Bill saying OBJ was offense, so I had a shot. That's true. OBJ was also Rookie of the Year. OBJ was a freak. Bill, answer is in. Bill saying 32. And 32. KC saying 32. And that's a great guess. 32 is a good guess. And they're thinking about 4 more in Europe soon. You know what? That's going to be something me and Rick are going to talk about on Monday. We're going to talk about that. I think when it comes to quality control, I don't think they should do that. I don't think they should extend it to Europe. You have Patrick Mahomes. The question, Steve, how many NFL teams are currently in the NFL? How many teams are currently in the NFL? You have Patrick Mahomes tweeting how frustrated he is that they're proposing a bill to have multiple Thursday night games. And of course, Amazon's paying a bunch of money. So of course they can afford to make the NFL put the Chiefs on there twice. And Mahomes knows a rule like that is only made so that the Chiefs can play 2 Thursday night games. So it just shows you, when it comes to rest and recovery, they don't even want to play Thursday night football. You're trying to fly 8 hours to get to Europe, to go forward another 7 hours. So you do a 15-hour, no. I just, Toyota made great Camrys when they made them in Japan. As soon as they started making Camrys in America, all of a sudden they didn't last for 25 to 30 years. It's like some things are great until you make them bigger. Bill's saying, can you imagine getting drafted and then having to move to a different country? Yeah. I don't like anything about that besides the NFL getting a bigger global presence, but I honestly don't really care about that either. It's not important to me that the world loves the same things that I love. It doesn't matter to me. Me and Rick will talk about it. I'm really interested to know what he thinks about it. 2 in London and 2 in Germany. Gosh. And then Bill said, where are they going to find 4 teams worth of people and their practice squads? That's a lot of people. I know that the NFL would probably do something where, like, if you release a player, like let's say Arizona releases DeAndre Hopkins, and Hopkins automatically would go to one of those 4 teams, and then they get compensatory picks because they helped out the team. So they'll get like 2/3 and 2 seconds. That's how the Texans did it. So then they have more draft picks. So they draft a lot of players, but they also get a lot of free agents and stuff like that. So Steve saying 32, Casey and Bill both said 32. You guys are right. Let me write it down. The answer was 32. And let's see. 32, everyone right. Let's see if I can name them all without looking at anything. And then you guys can tell me who I'm missing. Seahawks, 49ers, Arizona, Rams, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs, Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Titans, Tampa, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Patriots, Jets, Bills, Dolphins, Giants, Commanders, Cowboys, and Cowboys, Giants, Commanders, and Philly, Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions. They went to the Super Bowl. And that's it. That's every team. Unless you guys think I'm forgetting one. I'm pretty sure that's every team. I went division by division. That's the easiest way to do it. Division by division. I'm waiting for someone to be like, yeah, you forgot one. All right, here we go. Here's an interesting one, okay? Did you get the Bucks? Yeah, I got the Bucks, the Saints, the Falcons, Panthers. I knocked out that whole division. I might have said Tampa instead of Bucks. All right, here's a good question. Are you ready? How many yards is the penalty using a helmet as a weapon? How many yards is the penalty? Using your helmet as a weapon. I'm using my helmet as a weapon every day. I'm just kidding. It's like, oh no, what is he doing? Ooh, Casey and Steve got their answers in. Bill's saying current or next year? Currently. Damn it. Now you're making me look stuff up. And the answer is 15 yards. 15 yards. If you use your helmet as a weapon, it's a 15-yard penalty. And this rule is Rule 12, Section 2, Article 10. It is a foul if a player lowers his head and makes forcible contact with his helmet against an opponent. Penalty is loss of 15 yards. The foul is by the defense. It's also an automatic first down. The player may be disqualified. So here it is. Casey says, as of March 28th. So I'm right, it just changed. What do you mean? This has been the rule. What are you looking up? Where are you? Yeah, but no one is playing now. The trivia that I found this question on was literally made like 4 years ago. Where is it? It's like a four-year-old question. Let's see. Here it is. 15-yard penalty. As an example, when Myles Garrett was suspended from the NFL after using an opposing teammate's helmet as a weapon, he hit Pittsburgh quarterback Mason Rudolph in the head. The event happened in 2019, and he was flagged 15 yards. Bill. Bill. Oh, here it is. No, I'm wrong. It's a loss of down. That changed. I'm like, Bill, what? You're throwing me off, man. You're making me freak out over here. Like, okay. All right. Here we go. Which quarterback in 2013 had 9 starts with the Vikings? You're good, Bill. Which quarterback in 2013 had 9 starts with the Vikings? Was it Case Keenum, Mason Rudolph, Christian Ponder, was there a fourth? No. I only put 3 options here. Case Keenum, Mason Rudolph, Christian Ponder. Oh, no, it's Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater was the fifth option. Which QB had 9 starts for the Vikings in 2013? Christian Ponder, Teddy Bridgewater, Mason Rudolph, or Case Keenum? KC said Mason Rudolph, who we just talked about, who got swung on after saying something to Myles Garrett. Steve says Christian Ponder. Bill said, yeah, I got nothing. It was a trick question, LOL. No, it's not a trick question. Which quarterback started 9 games for the Vikings in 2013? Mason Rudolph, Case Keenum, Teddy Bridgewater, or Christian Ponder? Not a trick. No, that's why I said Favre, LOL. Oh, okay. Brett Favre. Brett Favre was 2009, I believe. Because 2007 he retired. Then he went to the Jets for a year. Then he went to the Vikings for 2008 and 2009. 2009, 2010. It's crazy to think Favre's been out of the league for almost 15 years. All right, fellas. The answer. Here's your hint. Oh. Christian Ponder, the Florida State quarterback that I believe was taken in the first round by Buffalo. Who drafted Christian Ponder? The Minnesota Vikings. He was drafted by the Vikings. Okay. I think he went to the... No, he never... Oh, I'm thinking of... this is bothering me. EJ Manuel. EJ Manuel. He went to Buffalo. Christian Ponder did get drafted by the Vikings. Christian Ponder was pretty good at Florida State, but not spectacular. I wonder where EJ Manuel is now. What is he up to? He has a foundation now. He's got a nice house in Miami. I wonder if he still has it. I believe he then went to the 49ers. That's what Wikipedia is telling me. It's saying he played for the Vikings, the Broncos. He didn't start. And the San Francisco 49ers. Looks like the Broncos tried to give him a chance, and imagine 2011. So that was the year we had Tebow. 2010. Casey said, you had me going. The Chiefs got him. The Chiefs stole that from Florida State. I have it, and it bothers me so much. It's like, be original. If you're going to have a award chant, at least make it yours. Like, you can't steal that. I don't believe he ever started a game for them, just preseason. Yeah, no, he never really developed into what he was projected to be. I think he was drafted in the 20s position. Minnesota Vikings. Let's see where he was drafted. 12th overall, so not the 20s. He was selected in the draft behind Cam Newton, Jake Locker, and Blaine Gabbert. Ponder did not have a typical rookie season or typical rookie offseason because there was an NFL lockout. Late in July, the Vikings traded for veteran quarterback Donovan McNabb to start and mentor Ponder. 3 days after the McNabb trade, Ponder agreed to terms with the Vikings on a rookie contract. Ponder embraced the competition from McNabb, and the rest is history. At least they don't throw spears like FSU, but it's such a... What do you mean? That is like the coolest part of what they do. They throw a spear that's on fire. And they actually have the Seminole tribe like owns the team. So nobody can even be like, tell them that they're doing something wrong. It's like, that's their heritage that they're respecting when they do all that. There's a lot of tradition in Florida State. Kansas City's in the middle of Missouri. Just a bunch of copycats. I'm just playing KC, but you know how I feel about the Chiefs. I'm a Broncos fan. You keep putting me in these situations over here. All right. This one blew my mind, okay? And if you guys want to fight me about this answer, I'm willing to fight with you. Which material are NFL footballs made out of? Which material are NFL footballs made out of? KC said the chain is copied, but the Chiefs don't have a horse or spears. Oh, you're saying like they didn't overdo it. Like, yeah, they took the song, but it's not like they're out there. It's not like they're out there doing it exactly. I can respect that. You got to know where the line is. Which material is an NFL football made out of? I would say it's not a trick question, but my whole life is a lie. Vinyl of some sort. I'll tell you, before I tell you the answer, I'll tell you what I thought. Steve says originally pigskin. No idea now. Bill says vinyl. Steve says originally pigskin. No idea now. KC says I want to guess leather, not pigskin. All right. Got the answers in. They used to say when you wanted to play football, they used to say, do you want to go throw the pigskin? That was a term that I grew up on, and that's always been what I've known a football to be made out of is pigskin. So, footballs are made out of cowhide, which is a leather made from a cow's hide. So, it's not pigskin, it's cowhide, which just boggles my mind. That's where the term having that pigskin came from. Yeah. That's what... See, I always knew it to be pigskin. It's like my entire life is a lie. And you see the cowhide rugs, right? The cowhide rugs. They're... my girlfriend has one. They're really, really nice. Kind of pricey. And here is our last question, which is one that I wanted everyone to feel good and leave on a good note. But I didn't make it super easy. This isn't like, why is that question up? Sorry about that. I didn't want to make it too easy, like who throws the football? The running back, the quarterback, the receiver, the safety. No, you're still going to have to like know a little bit to get it right, but you should know this one, okay? Where was the Pro Bowl played in the 1990s? Where was the Pro Bowl played in the 1990s? Bill got his answer in. KC got his answers in. It's the last song. Put some music on here. Steve's got his answer in. And the answer is Honolulu. Steve's right. Nice try, Bill and Casey. You guys were really close. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give everyone a point. The answer was Honolulu. But Hawaii is, I didn't specify to say the city. So Hawaii, everybody was right. That would be so messed up. Steve, though, I gotta say, I appreciate the specific answer. It is Honolulu, Hawaii. The only thing that could have made it better is if you put a comma after Honolulu, then you would have just been showing off. Which island? Honolulu? You're talking about a guy that has most of my life I wanted to go to Hawaii. And I was at Hawaii last year, March, April, May, June, almost half the year. Casey and I come out swinging. Okay, Steve, what was the name of the stadium? What street has the stadium? What is the stadium? Who plays in the stadium? If I had to take a guess, I would say University of Hawaii, which is Honolulu. Honolulu is Waikiki, I think. I think Waikiki is Oahu. Yeah. Waikiki's in Oahu. That's the island I was on for a couple months. Oahu. See, I was there and I didn't even get that one right. But gosh, Hawaii is such a beautiful place. I was trying to move there. Aloha Stadium in 2016, just looked it up. So is Aloha Stadium where UH plays? Aloha Stadium. Oh no, it's a multi-purpose stadium located in Hawaii. It's the largest stadium in Hawaii. Wow. They got a new stadium. Oahu's new Aloha Stadium. They're making a transformation on it. It's the new stadium. It cost $350 million to re-renovate. It's going to be a 35,000 seat, a hotel, a rail station, swap meet area, parking, residential area with homes, entertainment district, the timeline says that the request for proposal in the third quarter of 22 and award the contract in early of 2023. So late 2023. So late this year, construction will begin. 2026 anticipated completion date for the new stadium, 2026. And then 2033 to 2038, a full build out of the new Aloha Stadium district is expected to have several phases, which will be completed over the next 10 to 15 years after the new Aloha Stadium opens. What if Hawaii, instead of putting an NFL team in Germany, once the stadium's complete in 2030, they have a Hawaii football team, NFL team? Because going from Hawaii to the West Coast is much more doable. It's a 6-hour flight. I mean, that is very doable. You could play the Rams, the Chargers. You could even, you would have to play mostly West Coast teams. But maybe they could even like have a thing where they'll play two teams in a neutral location, and the neutral location will be LA, because let's say Buffalo comes to LA and Hawaii comes to LA. They're both traveling about the same amount of time. So they could do it that way. That would be really cool, I think. The way you prepared, either way, smart, Bill. That was back when fans actually watched the Pro Bowl with any interest. That is facts. Pro Bowl was actually meant something. Now it's like working on. We'll see. They're putting a lot of work into things. We'll see how it unfolds moving forward. So this is going to be my last episode in California. I'm still going to be here for a couple days, but I'm going to be posting a short tomorrow showing you guys about the Dallas Cowboys thing in the lobby here. The Cowboys, KC and Steve, I don't know if you guys heard, but the Cowboys stayed in this hotel for their training camp, and they stay here every year for the last 5 years. They do half of their training camp here. And now that I think about it, oh my gosh, the Cowboys were on Hard Knocks. They were on Hard Knocks 2 years ago. Not the Lions were last year, but the Cowboys were the year before. And that's where, when they went to California to train, they were here in this hotel. This is crazy. This area that I'm at right now, by the way, is not very well known. It's not LA. I'm around LA. I'm an hour north. I'm blowing up the Cowboys spot right now. I should probably keep it on the DL. Steve said, imagine what those season tickets would cost you there. Only the elite rich could afford it. I feel like only the elite rich can afford season tickets anywhere at this point. I mean, the Broncos have a 50-year waiting list to get season tickets. So unless you have a shit ton of money, you're not getting season tickets. Same thing goes for Green Bay. But yeah. So anyway, I'm going to post a short tomorrow showing those Cowboy jerseys to you guys because I think it's pretty cool. I think it's neat. And the next time you guys see me, it'll be Monday. I'll be with Rick, and I'll have a lot of Denver Broncos stuff and a Christmas tree in the middle of April for some reason in the background. And I look forward to it. Bill said most of the new stadiums don't do season tickets. They do seat leases. Check into it, Kyle. It's weird. Oh, that's weird. That is weird. So you just, oh, okay. So what is it? Like 1 year at a time, and you just renew it every single year? a lot of the older teams, the way I know it works is if you have season tickets, right? And you pass it down to your family, at the end of the year, you have the option to renew your tickets, renew your season tickets, or sell it. But in the organizations like Green Bay and Denver, they always renew it. Nobody sells it. So you literally wait for someone to die so something becomes available. But even when someone dies, it's like your next of kin has an opportunity to take the tickets and do what they want with them. So I mean, I don't know. It feels like a fugazi, a fairy dust. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not fucking real. You're not getting season tickets, Kyle. Just get over it. You're probably sitting in the same shitter that some cowboy rookie sat on. Same shitter that some cowboy rookie sat on. Dude, I'm taking I'm probably taking shits where Tony Pollard took a shit 3 years ago. And I gotta say, I don't know why, but it makes me really happy inside. Bill said a personal seat license is a license that must be purchased for any seating area at MetLife Stadium in order to become a season ticket holder for the Giants. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's on top of the season ticket. That is weird. Yeah, I don't even know how other teams do it, but I know how Jacksonville did it when I lived there. I know how the Broncos and the Packers do it. Jacksonville pretty much gives out their ticket for free, but that's probably going to change now that Trevor Lawrence is there. But yeah, next time you see us, we'll have a Christmas tree in the background. Things will be back to somewhat normal. My stepbrother, my dad remarried 7 years ago, and I became close to his wife's son, my stepbrother. But I don't know, it's kind of weird because I was an adult when he got remarried. So it's not like, we grew up together as kids, but he went off to college and just wasn't very good at it, made a lot of dumb decisions like kids do. And he ended up joining the Air Force, and he graduates next week on Thursday. So I'm probably going to fly to San Antonio to attend his graduation. But as always, laptops and lights and microphone will always be with me. And so will you guys, hopefully. So thank you guys for coming and making this an event. Steve and Casey, feel free to rewind the tape, see the questions that you missed in the beginning. And yeah, as always, thank you guys for being here. And we'll see you on Monday, unless you guys have any last questions or anything. Steve said, wonder what happens to those ticket holders when a team leaves to a new stadium in another state. Yeah, like the St. Louis Rams when they went to LA. I would imagine they don't get reimbursed for anything that they saw, I would imagine. But I think that they would give them exactly what they paid for the season tickets back. So if it cost $700 to renew the season tickets, because it's actually cheaper to have season tickets. That's why people that don't even want season tickets will renew them and sell them one game at a time. And sometimes, a divisional game at the end of the year for playoff implications, one game will go for $700. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what they would do. I think they would just give you wholesale back what you paid for the fee to renew, or hopefully before they renewed them. Yeah, most likely the NFL knows. It's not like they find out at the last second that they're changing stadiums. I mean, it's like they know at the end of this year, like with the Raiders, they knew going into that season that they were leaving to go to Vegas at the end of that season. So when that season ended, I'm sure they didn't sell season tickets to them. They might have offered like, hey, if you want season tickets, you're still the priority, but the games are going to be in Vegas. And probably 90% of the people are like, no, I'm not going to Vegas for every home game. But that's how I'd probably imagine it goes. Steve said Browns from Cleveland to Baltimore and became a new team. The Rams won their first Super Bowl in St. Louis in 1999. And that was almost a trivia question today, but I forgot to put it up. I was going to say, where did the Rams win their first Super Bowl? But all right, guys. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for staying up. And Steve, I hope you're enjoying some tea. And Bill, I'm going to hit you up. Hopefully, maybe we can. I'm leaving on Monday, so I was going to see if you wanted to meet up around the airport on Monday. If not, I'll be back in California probably in a couple months. So just let me know. And for everybody that's watching and people that are going to watch later, know that you can put all of your answers to the trivia questions in the comments, and we'll put it on the spreadsheet. So it's not like if you weren't here, you don't get to play. So put your answers in as you get them. As always, we appreciate you guys being on here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification so every time we go live, you guys are aware of that. Check out the other channels we have. We are going into playoffs, so check out our basketball podcast to stay up with the NBA. And until then, we'll see you guys on Monday. And, of course, Steve said he's got tea and work tonight. Make sure you don't drink that sleepy time tea. Get that green tea, that black tea, that Earl Grey. Have a good night, everybody, and go Broncos.